welcome back to Love is a Battlefield, a series of Valentine's Week videos in which I discuss popular love triangles in YA fiction, also known as popular ways love hurts everybody involved. I'm a hopeless romantic. In today's video, I will be discussing Dorian, Chaol, and Celaena from the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J Maas. Just a quick disclaimer, this video contains spoilers for the first Throne of Glass book, so if you haven't read it, then you should probably do that, or else, if you don't care about spoilers, I guess you can stay. So as always, we must begin with my declaration of allegiance. Okay, here's the thing. This is a brief spoiler for the rest of the Throne of Glass series. If you haven't read them, then fast forward till my hand goes down. Basically, we know that she ends up with Rowan, and so that is my main ship. I do ship Aelin first and foremost with Rowan. That aside, we're just looking at the first book and this particular love triangle and pretending the rest doesn't exist. I ship her with Chaol. Honestly, I'm not even sure why the whole Dorian romance exists. It offers nothing to the plot. It's irrelevant to the rest of the series. It kind of just ruins the whole friendship.
Let's ruin the friendship.
In my opinion, because Dorian and Celaena become very good friends throughout the rest of the series, but the fact that they actually went there just seems a bit weird to me. I don't know. Also, they're super similar, so it's kind of hilarious because it feels like they're just into themselves, which actually with hindsight makes a lot of sense because both of them are narcissists. When I first read the first book, I loved Chaol. I thought he was such a sweetie and clearly the better choice. After reading the whole series and then rereading the first book recently when I did the series reread, he's not the greatest. You can see that he's torn the whole time between his duties to the throne and his love for Celaena, which I get and I think makes him a very realistic character. He takes his duty seriously. He's not just willing to throw everything away for love, especially when this love is possibly an enemy of the throne and a deadly murderer. The other issue I have with this love triangle though is that both Dorian and Chaol know that she is a wanted assassin because they pull her out of prison knowing she was thrown in there for murdering hundreds of people. And yet, the whole time, they seem to conveniently forget about this, except for Chaol occasionally, but they forget about this and just think about how pretty and innocent and sweet she is. And I'm like, how can you be that dumb? You know she's a murderer. If I were one of those guys, I would be sitting there the whole time being like, this is an act and she wants to murder me. Which again, they kind of think occasionally, but it is vastly overruled by their sexual attraction to her. Completely idiotic. If somebody like Celaena actually existed and went to prison for the crimes she actually committed, I don't think that there's any way that a rational human being could overlook that and fall in love with that person. If you knew that somebody was in prison for murdering a lot of people, being a paid assassin, I personally believe the consequences of what you do are just as important as your intentions. And yet, these two guys go, but she pretty though. What? I just can't fathom a universe in which you could overlook those crimes because someone's hot. I will say though, it is refreshing to have this trope in reverse because most of the time in YA fiction, it is the female character that is overlooking dead hot guys' endless list of terrible crimes because he's cute. So that is a nice change. Those are my thoughts on Chaol, Dorian, and Celaena from the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J Maas. As always, let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree with my thoughts, and tune in tomorrow when I continue this discussion on love triangles in YA fiction. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow.